Look at the bright side. We could finally ship Nishiki and Corona together. Right? There's a lot to talk about in this chapter, though I would like to keep it brief since this is solely a review chapter, not a theory one. However, this one will be a little bit of a mix of both, as the arc has reached its conclusion. It was one hell of a ride, and it was the arc that has a lot of epic, tragic, and foreshadowing events that left us and the characters behind. Chapters 98 was spectacular. The beginning had me thinking, this chapter is going to focus only on Almond, isn't it? Which is not a bad thing, mind you. It's just a feeling of the chapter was only going to be that. Even if it was a grueling, tense action that have left me exhilarating for each set piece. The moment Almond went to Kaguya got me terrified, yet with anticipation that this chapter was going to be glorious. Sure enough, I wasn't wrong. The way he got it was cleverly done by Ishida, keeping the scientific approach that the series garnered for a while when involving with ghouls. In this case, due to Noro carrying the RC cells of Eto, this only led the fusion reaction with Almond, in which he is a floppy of an owl. That combination led to him going into Kaguya mode. Because of that, it go for another round against the Q Squad, only he came really close on ending them. The action doesn't have to be flashy to be thrilling or intense. Rather, the tension, atmosphere, and storytelling behind it are the key to great action. Each panel got me legit fear that someone was really going to die, even if we get a little out of the new Q Squad members. Though they are impressive, especially Hisiao. I apologize saying the name wrong, I'm not good at that. I was still afraid of their lives, especially how they made it that every second truly count. Urie continues to show the great character in him as he let the audience to feel his fear and courage to save everyone from Almond. Everyone was working together, yet they are going against a very dangerous foe. Urie has to witness the downfall scene as he go berserk with his Kagane. I wonder if this is Ishida's implying Urie and Musuki as a pairing. The way it was paneled has me thinking that his bond with her is really strong. Time will tell, but that is an interesting thing to note. If anything, I just hope he can control her as she needs an assistant to maintain her sanity. I was right that Psycho was the key to victory, but what follows it is not what I predicted, and this left a strong impression. A love before Almond falls. He recalled and explained his reasoning on why he saved Psycho back then. The use of Kanaki from part 1 panel was well implemented for not just the sake of nostalgia, but to address where Almond began to have second thought on his position. Almond gives his word to Psycho about the world is corrupted, yet people can do the right act if they choose to do so, leaving Psycho in awe. She is most definitely going to receive a huge development based on that moment. She was already thinking that perhaps not all ghouls are so bad back in the last arc, so having her being told is not about the status such as marked as CCG member, rather is what is right thing to do. Gave her a sense of true justice. This really got me as well. The chapter could have ended there and I would have been satisfied. However, it continues to punch us with the last recap of the entire arc itself, as we are presented with many new pieces for the future. There are so many new developments in the span of retelling the update they all have received during the war. I was happy that the battle between CCG and Ogiri leftovers with Shu ended without any named casualties, and this chapter reinforced on why I didn't want any of them to die. The shot with Uri and Fuda was profound as they talk about what just happened. Uri having his head down is striking to me, along with his words not able to go 100% clear, because it gives you the idea of how broken he is feeling about something in which Fuda makes it very clear, so that really hurt me. Fuda smokes away yet couldn't cloud his tear. It speaks a lot of volumes from those two. The fact that Arima really has an influential to these two characters really makes it very upsetting, going through a lot of bad situations. It's just having them have to deal with the hardship that they just lost their really close one, that is Arima, and whatever that happens next, we don't know, but it just leaves you that feeling like, what direction are they going with them now? I thought the art in this chapter was great, as it presented in a way it needed to be when it comes to certain segment. When it comes to the Almond versus Q Squad, it has the atmosphere of a grueling event taking place with tensity in the air. Each panel shots get you amped and fear if someone will die or take a fatal blow. When it comes to the calm moment, it shows a lot of emotional reactions and the feeling of what is going to happen next. The way how they addressed it, it seems like a feeling of same shit, different day. The last page left a strong feeling of anticipation for the next arc. Now, the review could end here and everything else would just be like a lot of what to expect next, or more of a brief summarization of what is going on. To begin with, the operation to hunt Kanaki is underway. It really makes you wonder how the reaction of everyone would be like now they know they had to go against Kanaki, who was with CCG for a while, many of which develop a connection with him, so seeing the reaction should be interesting. Roma is under arrest by Corona and Nishiki. It should be interesting to see the info they can get out of her. Good, because Payback is a bitch. Shu and the remaining Ogiri members are coming along, I'm assuming. Not really sure about that. It is interesting to note that the two characters aren't exactly revealed on who they are, especially the ones who last stopped Uri attack. It somewhat suggests that the surprises of old characters aren't over, so time would tell. Takizawa is still carrying Akira, not really sure on what's going to be next for them. Marude was claimed to be dead, yet we still see him out of the water, so he is in fact alive. It leaves me wonder what is his next step after learning about the truth. There are so many directions these characters are going. The most interesting part is with Kanu, still alive and somewhere with a surprise guest. I wonder how he managed to escape from those guys. Nevertheless, he still holds Yoshimura in hostage. I was hoping for Nishiki to retrieve him, unless he's not alive anymore, but I don't even know. The major bomb drop is seeing Kimi with Kanu. Kimi, the same Kimi that is with Nishiki, or I don't even know if they are together still. It was very vague and we don't even know what's their relationship status. My mind couldn't process on what is going on. Why is she with Kanu? Why? It seems like he sent out others to retrieve something for his work that I don't even know what is it for. But regardless, it's not the end of him, and I already got more bad feelings about this whole situation. Another bomb drop is the ending, which left me wondering what is next arc going to cover. The chairman of CCG, the old Washu, is now dead, and the alliance has been formed with Period, the V organization, and the new king of Washu, Furata. That's what he meant of going to make crazy shit happening. And this is what exactly he has accomplished. He has taken down his own family member and now he claimed himself as the new king. Now we have a new faction, especially since CCG is really on a bad shape as it is right now. But the fact they are in the same field spell bad news for every character that we know they aren't as bad as others, so the worst is yet to come. Furata as a candidate for the final villain is a very good choice. He practically starts the entire series into high gear. It's fitting for him to go against Kanaki, the one who had him enter the life of hell. Also, he is the character that has gone through many directions to get where he wants to attain for himself. So he's a mix of everything that led to the path to become the king, the black king to the white king that is Kanaki. Overall, this was the end of a long arc that has a lot of great surprises and events that left a lot of interesting notes for the next arc. There are so many new possibilities on what's going to happen with these characters, as well as a shocking revelation that really begged for an answer now. This was a hell of an arc, and we can finally rest for a moment. The arc has finally come to an end, and chapter 98 gets a 10.
Unfriggin' believable.
It's a good timing for me because now the arc ends, we can start a new arc with a brand new format for my review. Next week, you will see a brand new format of how I handle the things with the reviews. It's going to be more suitable for a lot of people. I think it would be suitable for me even. It's something I really wanted to bring out for a while, but that requires a lot of work. And around that time, I didn't have that many time to work on these kind of things. So now I do, and now I'm going to present it next week. week. Hopefully you enjoy me for that review, as we're going to start with a new arc and everything's gonna feel fresh. My thoughts are told, don't let yours on hold. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.